Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, this is a message to all those people who are thinking on flying out to Amsterdam and have to get over to Rotterdam or any other city out there. What's the best way to do it? I have a bunch of people going with me on the MS Rotterdam in October, and this will give you some information on where to stay and how to get there. So you can look on your airline and you can fly into Amsterdam or you can fly into Rotterdam, but you will notice that the flights into Rotterdam are much more expensive for that little extra flight of, less than an hour car drive over to Rotterdam is much more expensive. It's so much cheaper to just arrive in Amsterdam and make your way to Rotterdam from there. There are various ways to do it. You can take a taxi directly from Amsterdam Airport. In fact, when you get out into Amsterdam, you will see private companies down there below that you can just walk over to and say, yes, I would like a private transfer. I need to go here. And you can make the arrangements right there. If you'd rather have somebody waiting there for you when you arrive, I'll put a couple links down below, but there's if you just Google it, I've only done it once in my life, so I'm not an expert on it. But if you Google and go to reservations and check with people, ratings and things like that, there are two places that you could do an online booking ahead of time. One is Sun Transfers and one is Day Trip. And basically you fill out your information, they will send you a quote, and you can say yes or no. They will wait for you at the Amsterdam airport and take you to your location with a prearranged price. Of course, tip would be extra. It can range anywhere from $49 up to $200. It depends on what kind of car you're getting, etc., etc. But that is an easy way to do it. Like I said, I'll put the links down in the video below. You could also just take the train system that's there. I'll also put the link to buy tickets for the train system. It runs about, I'd say about $39 to $40 for the train tickets, one way per person. Not that much cheaper than just getting a car and going there. In my opinion, if you're say two people and it's $40, that's $80. And even if it was $200 for a private car, you don't have to make your way to the train station. You don't have to make your way away from the train station, and it drops you off directly where you're going. So for an extra $100 or $120, I think it's well worth it to just think about getting that private car. But I'll leave it down below. It is a very good train system. It's a good way to see some of the countryside and things like that. But if you're looking for convenience and you don't want to go through any hassles when remember, you're flying overnight. It's a long flight, a long trip. Do you want to be that tired when you arrive? I prefer to have everything organized and everything set up for me for when I arrive. So those are the ways to get there. Now, where would you like to stay? It all depends, but we're going on a cruise, so we want to stay as close as we can to the cruise port, for instance, if that's the reason you're going there. I look at a bunch of different things for hotel, but one of the most popular in Rotterdam is to actually stay on the old SS Rotterdam cruise ship. It's been turned in to a hotel and restaurant facility right down at the cruise port itself, just off on a little island area. And prices are actually quite reasonable. Now remember, it's going to be a cruise ship. It's not going to have the luxury hotel room. It's going to have a couple sizes that can fit, 1, 2, and 3 people. But it's not going to have suites. It's not going to have a lot of that stuff when you're looking to purchase your tickets. I didn't see any suites on this ship. It's basically broken down into comfortable living quarters, but it's kind of unique to stay on a cruise ship with a little bit of history to it and have access to things like that. It's right down near the cruise port, very convenient to get to wherever ship you're sailing on. And another one that I stay at, it's not too far from the cruise port, just about a mile or so from the cruise port, is the Hotel Marriott in Rotterdam. It's a luxury hotel. It's not that expensive. It's far cheaper than any hotel I've stayed in. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Vancouver, New York, New Jersey, LA, San Diego. It's cheaper than every hotel I've stayed at those places. And I got a king room overlooking the city. It's a skyscraper, and there's not a lot of towers in the area. It's near a big open park area, so I think I'm going to like the hotel. I've never stayed there, but the prices are right and the reviews were really good on it. I always check the reviews of hotels and, look at actual people's recommendations of what they liked, what they didn't like, and anything that's 4 stars and above, I tend to feel is pretty safe bet. Plus, it's just down from the cruise port. I should have no problem in the morning jumping in a taxi and heading out to the cruise port to jump on the ship at my scheduled time. Plus, I know that they have dining and restaurants nearby, and it's in part of the city. There's a lot of hotels in that range of area, but it doesn't feel like it's a closed-in area. If you look at the picture, it's kind of wide open in that area, and it looks like a beautiful place to stay. So that's how you get around from Amsterdam to Rotterdam. You can just jump in a taxi when you get out of the airport. You can arrange a car to pick you up. You can make arrangements for a car once you arrive. You can take the train station to get there. And 2 of the hotels that right now, when I'm looking at it, that I would recommend is the SS Rotterdam or maybe the Marriott Hotel in Rotterdam. If you're going to stay anywhere near, I should mention this as well. You can make transfers from the airport to the cruise terminal directly from the cruise lines, right? So if you want to do that, what you want to do is book a hotel near the airport. So you would book your hotel for the day before, you stay overnight in the hotel, then your transfer would be the next day. You just walk over or head over to the hotel, and that's when you would meet up with a bus that would take you directly to the cruise ship. It's a very easy thing. They would have somebody out there holding a sign saying, I'm going to Holland America, or I'm going to Royal Caribbean, whoever is sailing whatever cruise ship you're on. In my case, it would be Holland America. But I like to be down in the area just to make sure that there's no foul ups, like there's no accident on a highway or something that's keeping me from getting there. It's much easier to get a mile down the road than it is to get 60 miles down the road when you're rushing to get and a time limit to hit your cruise ship. Well, I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some ideas. And like I said, all the links will be down below for everything I've mentioned. And I hope you like this video, even if it gave you some information on how to look around and how to search for different transfers, especially if you're going into Europe or countries that you're unfamiliar with. If you're American, or if you're a European coming to America, you can also do the exact same thought process. Search your hotels, search for transfers, and Google is a wonderful source, or your travel agent can also help you just come up with some ideas. Well, I hope you appreciated the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.